I started running my stop smoking clinics in 1976. Prior to that, for 5 years or so, I was doing smoking prevention programs. But in 1976, I really shifted my focus to running stop smoking clinics where I was helping adults, sometimes kids, but primarily adults, to quit smoking. I did that until basically around 2008, although around 2006 I really started to phase out the number of programs I was doing. The reason I stopped doing the clinics, the first cut back and then basically stopped doing them, was I was on the internet. I was spending a lot of time producing the material that I was using to help people quit smoking on the internet, and I found myself more and more pushing my stop smoking clinic participants to the internet to get the material that I used to have them travel into the meetings for. And when I was doing the clinics in the early years, it really was not hard to get people to commit to a 2-week program. We were going a Tuesday through a Friday and then a Monday and a following Monday. So it was pretty intense time commitment for people to come for an hour and a half to 2 hours a night, all those successive sessions. Near the last 5 years I was doing clinics, I could see it was getting harder and harder for people to schedule that amount of time. And it's one of the reasons I started producing some of the videos. Was I was trying to get people to realize, well, if they were missing the sessions because they had all these other commitments, and they did. I just saw, people had children who had more commitments than they had in the past, and people were having to work late in a way that they didn't in the past. Businesses were staying open later. It was just, the time had changed and what the workload was like and what time commitments were like. So I was producing these videos and sending the people who were missing the sessions to the videos. And then I realized this is ridiculous for me to have them come to these meetings when I could just put them to the videos. And the videos had the advantage of they were able to reach people who weren't in my area. I wasn't locked into just helping people in this small geographical area. I could help people worldwide. So I started to phase out doing the clinics, and then eventually got to a point that I just saw no purpose in doing them whatsoever. Now, I still encounter people pretty regularly when I'm on the street who are clinic graduates, who come up and they're excited to see me, and they ask, am I still doing programs? And they know they haven't heard anything or seen anything for a while in local media. And I tell them that, no, I'm not doing live clinics anymore. And you could just see the disappointment in their face and how so few people can be helped now. It was just such a service what we were doing, and we're not doing it. And I really do try to explain to them that I'm reaching more people now. I'm helping more people now than I ever did when I was doing live clinics. I probably reach more people in 1 or 2 years than I reached in the 30-some years with the same material as when I was doing clinics. I can't get them to buy it. You can just see that they just think, no, but it makes so much of a difference if you were there and doing it. And I just don't believe it as strong as they do. I know people can quit smoking if they have the information. It comes down to the part that they used to give me too much credit for their being able to quit. And I always explain to people that you can't give me the credit for your quit. I helped you understand what you had to do, but you did it. And the same premise holds true on the online materials. I can't quit for people. I can't make them quit. They may have thought that that's what happened, but it's not. All I did was show them what smoking was, what it could do to them, how to get off. I explained how to stay off, but they had to implement each of those pieces of information. They had to assimilate that information. They had to process that information, and they had to believe that information, and they had to remember that information, especially the how to stay off material. They had to understand that principle. I showed them that they were addicts. I used their prior experience. I tried to point out scenarios that they were in and how they behaved, and made it abundantly clear to them that if they really look now retrospectively at the things they were doing while smoking to sustain smoking, they weren't normal in this time period. They were acting out as addicts, active addicts. And I've hopefully convinced them to see that. But there's no reason that what I did in that clinic isn't also true in what people are getting online here. That understanding that they are drug addicts. They have to treat their addiction as an addiction. And if you get that principle down, you can do as well as anyone who I ever ran through a program, because you've got the same understanding. The understanding is that you are fighting for your health when you quit smoking. You are fighting for your life when you quit smoking. You can quit smoking, and once you quit, you can stay off smoking. You can stay off forever, as long as you always remember, again, the addiction you're dealing with, and the way to stay in control for the rest of your life now is to stick to a personal commitment to never take another puff.